Before we get into the nuts and bolts of how project works, we need to get ourselves familiar with the project interface. And when I say interface, I just basically mean what we're looking at on this screen. So I've opened up a project and we'll just walk through the different parts of the screen so that you're familiar with where everything lives. So if we start right at the top, you can see we have our title bar. This is where you're going to see whatever you've saved your project as. And then underneath that, we have various different ribbon tabs. And if you're used to using other Microsoft applications, like maybe Word or Excel or PowerPoint, this takes on exactly the same structure. We have our different ribbons, and each ribbon contains different commands which help us execute actions in project. And all of the commands are grouped logically onto different ribbons and also into different groups. You can see right at the bottom we have the group names, so undo, view, clipboard, font, schedule, so on and so forth. Now those groups are really just there to make it a lot easier for us to find exactly the command that we're looking for at any given time. We also have a File tab at the top, which takes us into what we call the Backstage area. And we'll talk about this in more detail in the next lesson. For the time being, let's just click the back arrow to take us back to our main window. Now, aside from Backstage and the regular ribbons that we have when we open up Project, we also have what we call contextual ribbons. And I can see one of them on the screen right now. And it's this one just here, Gantt chart format. Now, what contextual ribbons are ribbons that only appear as and when they're needed. Now, because I'm currently in Gantt chart view, that's why I can see the Gantt chart format ribbon. And this ribbon contains all of the commands that I need to manage and format my Gantt chart. Now, if I was to click somewhere else, so let's click up here in the timeline, notice that I get a different contextual ribbon. This time I get the timeline format ribbon. So ribbons will appear and disappear depending on what we're clicked on. That's why we call them contextual. So just be aware of that point. Now, next to our ribbon tabs, we have this little tell me what you want to do box. So what I can do from up here is that I can use this little bar to search for different commands on the ribbons if I was struggling to find something, or this is where I can come to get help on something specific. So maybe I want to know a little bit more about timelines. I can type it in, and when I hover my mouse over the arrow, I have a short list of items that I can get help on. So if I select the first one, it's going to open up the help pane, and then I get access to the help files, which talks me through the process of creating a timeline in Project. It's also worth noting that if you quickly want to jump up to that Tell Me box, there is a keyboard shortcut of Alt-Q that's going to position your cursor in the correct place, and you can then type in whatever it is you need help on. Now, just under the ribbons, we have Timeline View. Now, this is something that you don't have to have toggled on. You can simply turn this off by going to the View tab and deselecting Timeline. And notice if I do that, it gets rid of it. If I click again, it brings it back. But the timeline is a really nice way of just kind of getting an overview of everything that's going on your project. And if you have that turned on, you're going to see it running across the top of the primary project area. And just under timeline view, this is the main area that we're going to be working with. This is the Gantt chart that we're looking at. And the Gantt chart consists of two parts, really. We have all of our tasks listed in a grid form. And then on the right-hand side, we have that represented with these visual bars, which make it really nice and easy for us to see the duration of each task and how all of our tasks link together. And in general, this is going to be the view that you work in for the majority of the time. If you want to modify the size of these, then you can definitely do that. So if we hover our mouse over the borderline between the table and the actual Gantt chart, we can drag out and we can drag back in again, so we can really customize the size so that it suits us. And there's quite a lot of information lurking underneath here, so you might want to widen this out quite a bit depending on what it is that you're doing. I think I'm going to leave mine there for the time being. You can also do the same using the horizontal splitter. So once again, if I hover my mouse over the boundary, I can make more room for the timeline, or I can drag the Gantt chart back up again. We have our scroll bars at the side, so I can scroll up and down and see all of the tasks that I currently have in my project plan. And then finally at the bottom, we have the status bar. Now, if you take a look over on the left-hand side, you can see it's telling me that all new tasks are auto-scheduled. And if I click on this, I can switch between auto-scheduled and manually scheduled tasks. Now, we'll get onto that a little bit more later on, but just be aware that this acts as a toggle down in the status bar. And then all the way over on the right-hand side, this is where we can come to switch between different views. So currently we're working in Gantt chart view, but we have a task usage view, a resource view, and also a resource sheet view as well. And of course, all of these we're going to discuss in more detail later in the course. The final thing we have is a little zoom slider. So if we want to zoom out or zoom in, then we can definitely do that as well. And this is fairly standard across all of the Microsoft applications. So if you've used this previously, then that's probably not too much different for you. Now, the final thing to highlight here is the quick access toolbar. Now, the quick access toolbar you'll find underneath the ribbons just above the timeline. And currently I just have a few icons on my quick access toolbar. Now, this is a customizable toolbar which allows us to add commands that we use frequently to it so that they're quick and easy to access and we don't have to hunt through the ribbons. And we have a whole lesson dedicated to how we can customize this and set it up so it works for us. But that is pretty much the project interface. Have a little look at it, make yourself familiar with where all the commands are and which ribbons they're located on, and I will see you in the next lesson.
What was your favorite part of this tutorial? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Visit the Simon Says It channel, explore our videos and training sessions, and decide what you want to learn next.